I experienced a tremendous transformation during high school. I would later realize that I still had a long ways to go, but I had grown so much over the 4 years I was there. Not even the negative situations, and there were some, could set me back. I was determined to be something bigger and better than the label I carried. Just when I thought things couldn't get any better, here I am, on stage with the valedictorian looking out into the audience of my high school graduating class and our families. My essay had been chosen over many other honor students, and I was one of only two student speakers at graduation. What an honor! I couldn't see them, but I knew my family was looking on with great pride over my academic accomplishments. After all, the road to this point had been paved with lots of ups and downs, and they experienced every one of those moments with me. When I sat down to write my speech, I wanted to express my gratitude to my mother and to Miss Bly, Miss Jones, and Miss Tucker, those special education teachers who worked so hard to help me learn. I knew that it was their dedication, love, and support that had enabled me to reach the point of being able to manage and cope with my learning difference. I was still, however, unable to admit who I was, or maybe I should say who I am, a person with a learning difference. The pain, shame, and humiliation were too fresh for me to relive, so I expressed as much as I could without giving anything away, including not naming those who had the greatest and most positive impact upon me. As I walked to the podium, I felt the same feelings of anxiety I did when called upon to read aloud in class. How I hated reading aloud, especially when I hadn't had an opportunity to preview the material. My heart was racing and my breathing became rapid. I told myself, this is different. You know every word. You wrote the entire thing yourself, and you practiced over and over again. You can do this. I took a deep breath, and as my family, fellow students, and teachers looked on, I spoke articulately. Good evening, Dr. Wainwright, Mr. Wright, parents, and fellow graduates. Tonight, it is most fitting that we pay special tribute to you, our parents and teachers, for your invaluable roles in helping us to be what we are today and where we are tonight. Over the years, you have watched us grow. You taught us right from wrong, to respect ourselves and to believe in ourselves. You were always there when we needed a helping hand or a shoulder to cry on. These are just a few of the many things you, our parents, and teachers have taught us. We came into this world with very limited knowledge. However, you set out on the long, hard task of preparing us to be able to take care of ourselves one day. You, our parents, were there encouraging us to utter our first words. You helped us make the transition from crawling to walking. Then you set about teaching us personal hygiene. By the age of 5, you had taught us how to put on our clothes, tie our shoes, and brush our teeth. You also taught us to write our names, say our ABCs, and count, thus preparing us for the first day of school. From there, you, our teachers, imparted your knowledge to all of us. You continued to guide us through teaching and example to be the best we could be. During our 13 years of schooling, we have had many teachers who have influenced our lives in so many ways. We will remember all of you. You are the ones who helped us decide what path our lives would take after tonight. This decision you helped us make will indeed affect the rest of our lives. By dedicating your lives to educating and rearing children and to young adults, you have shown our communities that you are not afraid to invest in the hopes and the dreams of your youth. Because of you, our dreams are coming true. We give to you our thanks because you have given us emotional support and encouragement and helped us gain the confidence we needed to become the well-rounded, highly motivated individuals we are today. As parents and teachers, you can hopefully look with pride at the children you have reared and educated. We are all the products of caring people who have taught their children well. As parents, when you were teaching us to ride a bike for the first time and we fell down, you told us to get back up and try again. That was to be one of the best lessons we would learn. You knew that life would be very much like learning to ride a bike. And teaching us that lesson, you knew there would be times in our lives when we would fall down. You also knew that if we were to accomplish anything in life, we would have to learn how to get back up and keep on trying until we reached our goal. You, our teachers, also continue to reinforce this lesson daily. If, as I stand before you this evening, you are feeling proud of my fellow classmates and me, then you should feel proud of yourselves. The way we are and hope to be has come from a solid foundation set by you, our parents and teachers. We are what we are and where we are because of you. For this, we again say thank you and we love you. Applause erupted when I finished the speech in front of what appeared to be thousands. I stood at the podium, basking in the approval of the audience. I had spoken from the heart with passion and conviction. I only hoped my mother and my special education teachers were able to hear the underlying message that I really wanted to convey. I had struggled with learning, reading, and spelling, but because of them, I now stood on the threshold of the rest of my life, equipped with all the necessary tools to succeed, and they had helped me acquire them. As much as I wanted to recognize them for their hard work, I just couldn't. As the applause died down, I returned to my seat, ashamed of myself for not being able to say thank you to the people who deserved it most. How selfish of me. I didn't have much self-esteem, but the little positive esteem I had developed was a direct result of the part they played in my life, and instead of being able to say thank you publicly, I was apologizing to them in my head. The shame that I had carried had reduced me to being a coward, too. I thought how funny it was that I often valued my regular education teachers over my special education teachers. I often valued my friendship with students in the general education program over my friendship with students in the special education program. I valued the honors and awards I received that did not have a connection to the special education program over the ones that were. It wasn't really that I didn't value all things special ed. The real issue was that I didn't value myself, and because they reminded me of a part of myself that I wanted to forget, I kind of forgot them too. As my peers started to sing Celine Dion's Because You Love Me in honor of our parents and teachers, I started to feel badly because the lyrics expressed the story of my life. It told my story perfectly of all those times Miss Bly, Miss Tucker, and Miss Jones stood by me, for all the truth my mother made me see. Every dream she had made come true. I am everything I am because they loved me. They were my strength when I was weak. They were my voice when I couldn't speak. They were my eyes when I couldn't see. They were the best there was in me. They lifted me up when I couldn't reach. They gave me faith because they believed. I'm everything I am because they loved me. They gave me wings and made me fly. They touched my hand and I could touch the sky. I lost my faith and they gave it back to me. They said no star was out of reach. They stood by me and I stood tall. I had their love, I had it all. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by them. Just like that, the song was over, and that was the closest that I had gotten to truly expressing what my special education teachers and my mother had done for me, and what they secretly meant to me. The shame I carried was just too great. In my heart, I knew they deserved to be applauded publicly for all that they had done for me, for all my teachers had done for others like me. At the time, the best I could do was secretly promise that I would continue to make all of them proud, Their hard work in educating and imparting and impacting the lives of students with learning differences wouldn't be in vain. I promised myself that I would make something of my life. I would become the lawyer I had always dreamed of being, just for them, because I really was that grateful for all they had done for me, even if I couldn't publicly admit it.